Hi, you guys. Welcome back to our channel. We are Team Devault. Without the two kids.
Yeah.
It's just Nanay and Tatay Devault tonight. And this is separate from our usual family fun videos. Ito ang aming bagong segment in our channel, and we call this
Relationship goals.
Relationship Goals. All right. Nanay and Tatay are here to talk about different situations na patungkol sa mga relasyon, mga mag-asawa, mga magjojowa dyan. It's actually good because I am from the Philippines, Tatay is American, so there probably are times that we will not have the same point of view of things, but we've been married for 9 years, so a lot of things actually we
make it work.
We make it work, yes. But it's always good to have different point of views from two different cultures, right?
Okay.
So, ang topic natin tonight ay yung mga nagrereklamong jowa or asawa na ang kanilang mga partners ay laging nasa cellphone, either nagvi-video games or nagsa-social media or nasa group chat, and ang reklamo is wala na silang time para sa kanilang mga pamilya. So, our topic for tonight is about those people who are complaining about their partners being on the phone a lot of times.
Okay.
Either doing video games or being on social media or group chat, and their partners, whether girlfriend or wives, are actually complaining.
Why is it supposed to be the guy?
Because
The wives and girlfriends are complaining?
because
No boyfriends or husbands are complaining?
kasi lalaki naman madalas ang nasa nagi-games, diba? So, and they're complaining because they don't get to spend more time with them. I think my first question, Tatay, is how often do you spend time on your phone?
I'm on and off my phone all day long.
Narinig nyo? All day long.
Not all day long, off and on throughout the day.
Kinurek.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Fine. Okay.
No, there's always phone calls, emails, text messages, stuff like that, work related.
And I understand that most of the stuff that he does on his phone, like what he said, phone calls, text messages, and emails, are business related. But do you play games on your phone?
Yes, I have a few games on my phone.
How many games do you play?
3.
No?
Hey, I used to play 5. I cut it down. Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and start talking.
So the complaint is that their partner is on the phone too much.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're upset because your partner is on the phone so much, my question is for you is how often are you on the phone as well? Because it is easy to sit around, try to do something, wait for something, and see your partner on the phone, on social media, doing whatever, and be like, what are we doing? I'm going to take my phone out and play my game because you're on whatever, talking to whoever, whatever, for whatever reasons, probably looking at pictures of cats or something.
So,
Watch
ang
it,
sabi
look at what
niya,
someone ate for lunch 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't get it.
so ang sabi ng lolo nyo, wala ka raw karapatang magreklamo kung ikaw din mismo ay laging nasa telepono mo. Which is, I kind of like see your point, like why would you complain about something that I do, which you also do?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's just like being
I think
fair.
a lot of times you don't realize how much you're on the phone until someone points it out.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. You know what I mean? So, ask yourselves also, baka kayo rin naman na mga nagre-reklamo dyan is lagi rin naman kayo sa mga phones ninyo. So, that's one. Alright? So, let's just say,
What did you say?
let's just
Is this
say,
hypothetical now?
let's just say that these people who are complaining are not really on their phone, like how you were describing earlier.
Okay.
Maybe for me, I think is before you even complain, have you already communicate that to your partner? You know what I mean? Have you made your partner aware? Nasabi mo na ba sa kanya na-express mo na ba sa kanya na hindi mo na-appreciate na lagi siya nasa phone? Kinausap mo na ba siya tungkol doon? Or baka naman bigla-bigla ka na lang nagagalit? Because it boils down to having this this emotion, this frustration, getting it communicated with the other person, right? Because I mean, don't just get mad without the other person even knowing why you're mad. You know what I mean?
Well, that's pointless. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Well, okay, so playing games and being on social media are two different things. Okay, so if your partner's always on social media doing whatever and you request them to be there or help out with something, they should be able to put the phone down right away. Okay. Games are a different story because some games are more interactive. They are. Some games are more interactive than others.
Okay.
I mentioned I play 3 games. One of those games I play is very interactive, and it's really hard to set the phone down. I need 15 seconds of my attention every couple minutes, so I can get the stuff done. But to just literally set the phone down will result in a loss if I'm playing a certain game. Other 2 games, I could turn the screen off and I'm fine. So it comes down to is what is actually catching their attention. If it is the games, I would just say, set some boundaries. Like, hey, you know what? Hey, when you get home, can you not jump on the phone right away? Just don't be on the phone the whole night,
Yeah.
When we're at the dinner table, if you have kids, what kind of example are you say your kids? When you're on the phone playing games, how are their kids supposed to take that? And with some of those games, it's kind of hard because they can become addictive, especially when you're trying to accomplish some big thing. You're in an event and you're worried about cooldowns or things resetting. It could be really complicated, and some of these games are just labor intensive.
Ang dami niyang kuda, no?
What now?
Pero guys, naiintindihan ko yung point niya. I mean, yes, like if you are just on social media, like you're checking like Facebook posts or watching whatever on YouTube, I mean, if let's say your partner asks you, uy, tulungan mo naman ako dito, or kailangan ko ng, basta alam mo yung mag-ask ka ng help. If hindi naman, alam mo kung nasa social media ka na lang, pwede mo namang ibaba yung phone mo and then help your partner, diba? Pero yung sinasabi niya is, sometimes there are some games wherein, sabi mo nga is, more attention or it depends on what you're doing. May mga games na merong parang live battle. Is that what you said earlier? Like you're like a real-time event and you can't really like end it right away?
Yes.
Yeah.
Real-time event sounds good.
Okay. Kasi mayroon siyang moments na ganun na what works for us is if I see him on the phone and I kind of like see on his screen that he's on a game and I need help on something, I would ask him, hey tatay, are you on a game? Pag sinabi niyang, yes, give me a minute or 2, kalmado ko. Kasi alam ko, may tinatapos lang siya. And sasabihin niya sa akin na he's on a game. What would you call that? Like a battle or a game?
Depends on what the game is.
Whatever. Ayoko nang alamin. And then, But if he is actually not on that real time event or battle, and I ask help from him, he will just put down the phone and he will stand up and then he will go to me. You know what I mean? And that works for us because the communication is there. I ask him, and it's clear to me what's going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And picking up on what you said earlier, like setting boundaries, maganda yung sinabi niya kanina. Halimbawa, nasa trabaho yung partner mo, and then ite-text mo siya na, uy, pag uwi mo, meron akong kailangan na ipagawa sa'yo. Pwede bang wag ka munang maglaro sa phone mo pagdating mo? Pwede bang tulungan mo muna ako dito or asikasuhin mo muna to? And then you know what I mean, that's setting the expectation. Hindi yun kung kailan nakauwi na at prenteng-prente na yung isa na nag-games, saka ka ngayon puputak kasi nga may gusto kong ipagawa. So it's kind of like, you know, like communicating it in advance, I should say. Whatever, if there's something that you need, like, you know, say it, communicate it, and don't just be mad because someone is on their phone.
Yeah, it works for me.
Or pagkakain kayo sa mesa, hapagkainan. I mean, I hope na implement nyo yung rule kasi sa amin it's like that. No cell phones on the table.
Here, yes, no cell phones on the table, which means I grudgingly have to put my phone down.
Yeah. He has to put the phone down. We have to put it somewhere away from our table. Our table, pagkakain kami, even the kids will be off of their tablets.
That's the main goal.
Yeah, because
get the kids off devices.
We do not want them to do the same thing. Yeah, we as parents, we have to set as good examples for them, because if lagi nila nakikita tayo nagsa-cellphone kahit saan, kahit anong ginagawa, kahit kumakain, makikita nila yon, and they will eventually, you know, copy the same thing. And then the next thing you know, matigas na yung mga ulo nila and ayaw na nila magpasaway. So you do not want to get to that point. What can we say about those people who are just always on the phone and are just oblivious of what's going on around them?
That's half the world.
Pagkape nga. Ay, no. Muga. Go.
You know, I had a friend, that was his biggest complaint, was like, you know, it's like no one really talked as much because everyone had their faces in their phone. And, you know, he does have a point that a lot of people now, just instead of interacting with others, they just are always on the phone for whatever reasons. So, just like with your home life and the video games, you gotta find a balance from what you are trying to do and your entertainment you get from your device, whatever it is. So that's the best thing to do, is just find a balance.
Yeah. The fact is, your game, those virtual thing that's going on your phone, that's not your real world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not your real
You don't
world.
make money by playing that phone game.
Yeah, like you, it's there for your entertainment, diba? Para maaliw ka, pampalipas oras, alam mo yun, parang diversion for some people, diba? But after that, what your world is really after you turn off your phone. That's your world. You know, yung pamilya mo, yung bahay mo, yung trabaho mo, yun yung mga bagay na dapat talagang pinaglalaanan mo ng focus and attention mo, and oras and pagod, diba? Bottom line is, don't stress yourself out too much. Kung ang partner nyo ay laging nasa phone, kausapin nyo, diba? Parang kung may kailangan kayo, sabihan nyo ng maayos. And again, you know, set the rules in the house. Maglagay kayo ng limit, especially if meron kayong mga anak. Set us good example. Don't be on the phone too much, because there are a lot of things to do. Alright, so what about after talking to their partners and communicate to them that, hey, I really don't appreciate you being on the phone that much. I need your help. They set boundaries. They really spend time talking to them, right? And still they do not listen.
That is a tough one. That is.
Kasi 'di ba, merong ganun 'di ba? Ginawa mo ng lahat, kinausap mo na. Tapos hindi pa rin nagbago, ganun pa rin sila kababad sa telepono nila. And that's what I just basically translated in Tagalog. But yeah, what were you about to say?
I was gonna ask you, what would you recommend?
Yeah, like what you said, it's a tough one. Mahirap yun. Because maybe it has not happened to us, you know what I mean? Because me and Tatay were I think we have mastered communicating. Yes.
Or masters of communications. Right? You get a degree in
Parang
that?
college. parang graduate ng university, masters in communication. But yeah, but seriously, you know, do you disagree to that?
I neither strongly agree or disagree with that statement.
Sampaling ko to eh.
No, we have pretty good communications. I think mastered is like doctoring up a little bit more.
Sige,
But no,
doktorin
yeah,
mo ko,
yeah.
charot.
No, I get what you're trying to
Okay,
say.
yeah. So, okay, let me just rephrase it because it feels like he did not agree to that term. But yeah, seriously, guys, I mean, Tatay and I, we communicate very well, you know? So it never get to a point wherein I had to shout at him or be very, very mad and frustrated because of him being on the phone, because we talked about it. You know what I mean? But going back to my question earlier, like, what are you gonna do if your partner really does not listen? If they don't change? I think, yes, it is really hard, it's really tough, but I think at that point you go ahead and ask yourself, like, how does that impact your relationship? Gaano ka ba naapektuhan bilang partner kung ganon na hindi niya alam mo yun, parang walang improvement dun sa part na yun. And I think that's a whole level of reassessment of your relationship, or it's a whole different topic, of course. But
Yes.
yeah, I think bottom line is try to communicate, try to, you know, everything that we've talked about earlier. And then if it doesn't work, then that's another thing that you would have to take to the next level, I guess. Next level of evaluating your relationship. But yeah, hopefully, you know, for those of our followers na nag-send ng message sa amin with that kind of question, ano yung gagawin nila sa mga partners nilang laging nasa cellphone nila? Try nyo yun. Try nyo yung mga nabigay natin sa ating discussion today, and then let us know how it works for you guys. That's it for this episode for now, and baka maglaro pa to ng games eh. Alright, you say bye to them. Bye, guys!